So for those of you that have been playing football for a minute, you know Nike's got some goated cleats in the past that they just really haven't brought back. So they actually remastered the Vapor Carbon 2014s 2 years ago. This year, they remastered the Untouchables, the OG Untouchables. One of my favorite cleats personally that Nike's ever made. But yeah, so I copped them. I'm gonna go run around in them, do a little review, let y'all know if you should cop them or not. But if you like this type of content, like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all know we do the dripper skip. So hey, all this football stuff, yeah, we're on top of it. But like I said, keep blowing the channel up, more of it's gonna come. All right, off rip, I can just tell you, yo, these things have the same sleek look they had before. Like I said, this is one of my favorite silhouettes ever. I'm usually not a fan of the mid, like the mid silhouette, but it works here. Nike's tried recreating this kind of like sock liner look in future cleats. It just has not worked the same since the originals, man. So I'm happy they brought it back. I will say too, it's much sturdier than it was before. So if you had the OG pair, you know you were like being stepped on away from it feeling like it was gonna rip. These feel much more reinforced, but they're still light though. They're still a very, very light cleat. They don't feel heavy at all. Yeah, in terms of like a drip rating, I don't know. These are like a 9.5, I think. I think there's like 2 cleats all time that Nike's dropped that would be higher, but yeah, nah, we're gonna go 9.5 for the drip rating here. And for the weight, preliminary, I'm gonna go like 8.7. Like when I get on the field, I'll be able to have a better measure of it. But yeah, right now, like 8.7 for the weight. All right, the one thing I remember about these cleats is first couple times putting them on, kind of difficult. Feels like you're gonna rip the tongue with a little tab, but oh, I can lie, these went on better than I thought. First impression, they're a little bit snug, right? Like I would say they fit, but they're definitely on the tighter end of Nike cleats. Like if you have a wider foot, I don't know if I go for these, but without tying them, they feel good on the feet right now. Yeah, nah, feel good on the feet. All right, we're gonna run around in them, see how they feel. I hate this traction plate. I don't know, Nike needs to get away from it. They've been using it for like probably the last 3-4 years. Yeah, man, get away from this, go back to the old ones. But yeah, we're gonna run around, test them out. So we just got back from the field. We were running around in these for like 90 minutes, but now we got enough information. I feel like I can give a real detailed review, but let's just start off with the drip. Gonna be the same as before, 9.5. Like I said, it's a real sleek silhouette, a real beautiful silhouette, one that, you know, Nike should have brought back years ago. All right, for the comfort rating, so my biggest fear with these when I first put them on was that they were gonna be a little bit too small, and that was just gonna make it hurt on the foot. That wasn't the case at all. This sock lining, like I said before, it's a little sturdier, a little more reinforced, but it's not uncomfortable at all. Overall, this is a pretty comfortable cleat. Like this isn't like, let me go find it. So these are the cleats Nike dropped back in 2010. I think they're the Vapor Edge 360. Comfort rating on these is like a 2 out of 10. These hurt the foot to wear, to break in, everything. These were like unbroken in, right? Like first time out the box wearing them. They were extremely comfortable. So comfort, we're gonna give it like a 8.8 out of 10. Now in terms of the fit, so comfort, I would say how it feels. Fit is like kind of how it forms around your foot. The fit on these was phenomenal. Like I said before, my biggest fear when I first put these on was that they were gonna be a little bit too tight, too snug. That wasn't the case at all. So in terms of comfort, they didn't hurt there. But in terms of fit, these felt like a sock around your foot. Like super, super good fit. And also it's true to size, right? So I wear an 11.5. These are 11.5. I know those other Nike cleats, sometimes you got to size up, size down a half size. These, whatever your shoe size is, get the same size in these. But if I didn't say it already, fit is going to be a 9.5 out of 10. As for the traction plate, so when I first put them on, the first thing I said was, traction plate, this one, hate it. Nike's been rocking it for probably, I think these actually, Yeah, no, he's got the same traction plate. They've been doing it since 2020. It's just not a good one, man. It's not a good one. Your foot, it feels like it's just not really like able to stick in the ground. Like it feels like you slide a lot with these. Now I will say what helps is the fit on these being so good kind of negates the traction a little bit. Like I don't know if you've ever worn these. Actually, Nike, a remake of the Nike Vapor Carbon Elite 2014s. Personally, my favorite cleat ever. This remake, they did not fit as well, so it made the traction plate much more noticeable, like in terms of slipping and sliding, your feet moving around. These don't have as much of that issue, but traction plate is just still not really, like it's just still not great. You feel me? Not great. So can't really say much about it, much more about it. But yeah, we're gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10. As for the weight, weight is phenomenal, right? You could not kind of imagine that with it having a lot of this sock liner on it. But even for a mid-top cleat, this part isn't really heavy. Like it's not providing a lot of support, a lot of stability, but it is definitely like a light cleat, right? Like it's a cleat you're gonna want to wear if you're a skill position player, you're a lineman, probably stay away from these. Yeah, I think if you're getting stepped on too much, this part's probably gonna rip, but yeah, no, it's a light cleat, feels good on the foot, feels good running around, doesn't feel heavy at all. For the weight, we're gonna give it 9 out of 10. As for the support of these, they're not really too supportive, but at the end of the day, no skill position cleat really is gonna be. Like I said before, they are technically a mid-top in terms of the look, but this is essentially a sock. Like it's not providing a lot of protection, a lot of support. So if you got bad ankles, need something a little more supportive, probably wouldn't rock these. But if you're a typical skill position player, likes your low kind of light cleats, I mean, these are gonna be just fine. Like you're not gonna, like there's no more risk of rolling your ankle or anything like that as opposed to any other cleats. So yeah, if you're a skill position player, like you're fine with these. But we're gonna go ahead and give support an 8 out of 10. But the overall grade for the Nike Vapor Edge 360 Untouchable is going to be an 8.7 out of 10. Now, a lot of that is because of the traction plate. So just in terms of Nike cleats, you're not really going to get much higher than that just because the traction plate is going to bring it all down. But everything else about it is phenomenal. This is a 10 out of 10 remake in my opinion, aside from the traction plate. Now, I think it's much better than the remake they did for the Vapor Carbon Elite 2014s. But I would definitely recommend copying this cleat if you're a skill position player. Yeah, it's a great cleat overall. It looks great, feels great. And yeah, man, it's like I said, just great cop.